Jay. Adam. It's Preview.
Hey, Peaches! Welcome to Previewed, where friends don't let friends comment on content announcements alone.
I'm Adam.
And I'm Jay.
And today we're going to react, review, riff, and I guess rate as we go along all the cool news announcements from Disney's Comic-Con last night of the investors meeting.
Yeah.
Because this year has sucked for so many reasons, and none of us had a Comic-Con anywhere on the planet.
So I guess they decided to make it content for the investors.
Kind of?
InvestorCon!
I mean, pretty much that's what it was. It was like, hey, people, give us your money, because watch us give these nerds giant raging boners for the next 2 years. So I got Twitter up on my phone. I went to Disney's feed. We're gonna go through all the Marvel announcements.
Okay.
And then we're gonna go through the Star Wars announcements.
Just for clarification, I was at work until late last night, and Adam knows all this stuff, and I purposely didn't look at any of it. So this is news to me.
Yes, and then we're also going to do all the trailers and stuff. The visual stuff that dropped along with these announcements will be in separate videos. This is just the news stuff.
Yeah.
It did not have any videos accompanying the announcements. Okay, so here we go. On to Marvel. The first announcement they made with Marvel that was just a news thing. So Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness will come out on March 25th in 2022.
Okay.
It's going to star Cumberbatch, Elizabeth Olsen, because we know that. Benedict Wong is going to be back in it.
Okay.
Rachel McAdams is in it. But America Chavez is going to be in it.
Okay.
The character. She's Marvel. She's kind of like defends the multiverse.
Okay.
So it's a new Marvel character.
Oh, okay.
That will be in the show.
Great.
Will be in it. And it's directed by Sam Raimi. So that's cool.
Sam Raimi's doing
and
Doctor Strange?
Yes.
That's huge.
And it ties directly into WandaVision, so WandaVision will tie into that, and the movie ties into the next Spider-Man film.
Well, because they're doing multiverse for Spider-Man 3, which is insane.
That's insane.
It's insane they're doing that.
I hope that it works. It should work. This Marvel, I trust them, but that's a lot of moving parts to get everyone together to, I don't know, I hope it works. It should probably work. So Black Widow is apparently coming out to theaters on May 7th. In 5 months.
Okay.
We'll see if that actually happens.
Okay.
Yep. Let's see what else. They just finished shooting Shang-Chi.
Okay.
Did you know they were in production? Because I didn't.
No, I knew they were in production. There was like stills and things like that.
Oh, was it? I missed all that news. They finished it.
Okay.
And it's gonna be out July 9th of next year.
All right.
I could see that. That's more possible than Black Widow coming out.
Are we getting the Eternals at any point? Is that happening? I think that's already done.
Well, I think they're having. There's an announcement somewhere about that. Let's see. So, Miss Marvel is coming out this year. The TV show is coming out in the fall.
Is this Kamala?
Yeah, it's Kamala.
Oh, cool.
Yep.
Do we know who's playing her?
Yes, we do. It's a new actress.
I didn't even know that they were doing that. Mm-hmm. That's cool. Mm-hmm. That was the only redeeming part of the Avengers video game.
Yes, it was.
That she was charming.
So that's going to be awesome.
All right.
So look forward to that in the fall.
Man, I don't know though. Here's the thing.
Okay, what?
Stretchy powers are fascinating. They make good comic books. Mm-hmm. Live action stretchy powers, it's body horror like 98% of the time. Very rarely do they pull it off in a way that's not like, I don't like it when they do that. Mm-hmm. Like, it's not
Hopefully they pull it off. I mean, she doesn't... Thankfully, Kamala doesn't do... her powers are stretchy, but she more just embiggens parts of her body. It's not like Mr. Fantastic where he stretches to the point of like, this is kind of gross.
Yeah,
she just embiggens and stuff and smashes in
a
localized area.
Has never translated well. It really is yucky.
You're right. Yeah, it's a little weird. And even when they had a elongated man on the Flash, they got better with the effects, but it was still a little like...
I don't like it when you do that.
Yeah. So Captain Marvel 2 will be out in 2022.
Okay.
November 2022.
Are they doing Adam Warlock? Like, what are they doing?
So, joining Captain Marvel in the movie is going to be Miss Marvel.
Okay.
And Monica Rambeau.
Okay.
Who is also in WandaVision. Remember in the first trailer, you saw that woman like get blasted back and fall on the ground real quick?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's Quasar, I believe,
Sure.
is her name. Guys,
Yeah.
back me up on that. But she's going to be in the movie, and she's also going to be in WandaVision. So we'll watch out for her next month. Okay, the Eternals. They just
Okay.
said the Eternals is happening.
Great. We already
great.
knew that.
We already knew that. Hawkeye is coming. We knew that too.
A Hawkeye movie.
Show. This is still a show.
Okay.
It is. It doesn't say when, but I know it's filming in the city right now.
Oh, here?
Yeah, I've seen stills of it. They're shooting here in New York City.
All right, party.
Let's see.
I'll watch that.
She-Hulk is still happening. Also, but new news about She-Hulk.
Okay.
So we know that Tatiana Maslany is going to be it, the girl from Black Orphan.
Okay.
She's going to be Jennifer Walters, which is
All right.
awesome.
That's great.
But on top of that, this is new news. Tim Roth is returning as the Abomination from the movie. He's still around.
That's exciting to me. I think that like the Edward Norton Hulk is one of the most underrated like Marvel movies. I actually like that. I like the pick. I think it's fun.
Mm-hmm.
Like that fight on 125th Street is still to this day one of the best Marvel fights. It's very good.
Yeah,
it's very good.
And Mark Ruffalo is going to be in it.
Well, yeah.
So yeah, that's shaping up to be really
Like
good.
a She-Hulk is a good enough character to stand on her own, but you can't start a She-Hulk show without having the Hulk in there to like kind of bring in the people who don't necessarily know
Exactly.
her deal.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, he's part of the origin.
Like She-Hulk rules. Like
Yeah.
there's a lot there. Like, but you gotta meet people halfway a little bit on that. Okay. Abomination. That's
the best.
hell.
That's
That's
going to
good.
be really good.
That's very good. And I also like Tim Roth. He's just
No date on that when it comes out.
Okay.
Probably 2022. Probably. Moon Knight's still happening.
yes.
Knight's still going on?
And here's the thing. I hope Moon Knight is being made by Disney. The cognitive dissonance of that is problematic.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I actually think Moon Knight would have fit better in the Netflix Marvel universe and the Defenders universe.
Sure. Mm-hmm.
Because, like, in order to do Moon Knight right, it has to be completely insane.
Yeah.
Like, it needs to be like Legion on FX. Like, it needs to be, like, cerebral and, like, totally screwed up. Like, if you're basically making Batman, who is not just, like, kind of crazy, like psychopath Batman. You gotta kind of go there. And I'm not 100% confident that Disney Plus is ready to pull the trigger on a completely
We'll see.
insane
I mean,
Moon Knight.
I know nothing about Moon Knight, so I'm going to be one of those people that's like, I'm here for Marvel, yay! Held my hand as we get into this
Yeah.
show, because I'm really going to need, like, what is going on?
In a way more intense way, it's like what Sentry did with the Superman concept.
Mm-hmm.
And that, like, his psyche just straight up can't totally handle the power.
Mm-hmm.
It's like Moon Knight. In the case of Moon Knight, like, the hero is not just like a different version of the character. It's like, no, he's a completely different person. It's, bro. I'm pumped about that, but I'm very tentative.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right.
I'm going to wait for you to take a sip of your coffee before I tell you this next one.
Is this the one you've been like, there's one that's gonna blow your gourd?
There's a few. This might be one of them.
Okay. Is this somebody to take a sip?
Samuel L. Jackson is back as Nick Fury, and
Okay.
Ben Mendelsohn from Captain Marvel returns as Skrull Talos
Okay.
in the Marvel Studios original series Secret Invasion, coming to Disney Plus.
Okay. They're doing Skrull War. Wow.
They teased that at the end of
They did.
Far From Home.
They did, but I wasn't sure they were going to do anything.
Neither was
about
I,
it.
but they are
Okay.
doing a Secret Invasion TV show.
Whoa.
Yeah, man.
Okay. It's just, yeah. Okay. That sounds awesome.
That does sound awesome.
You know what it immediately makes me think of, though? It makes me sad that we don't have mutants in this universe yet, because, like, the build up to the Skrull situation is so founded in the House of M, like Avengers Disassembled, like building to that, that I know they're gonna nail it. Like, that sounds really fun, but it's like, man, the fact that we have in the Marvel Cinematic Universe not gotten No More Mutants moment
Not yet.
kind of bums me out a little. But that's Okay, that's really cool.
Okay.
All right.
Moving on. Here's the next one. Dominique Thorne is a genius inventor. Riri Williams will be in Ironheart, the original series about Riri kind of taking over for Iron Man. Did you ever read that one?
No.
Yeah, so they're doing Ironheart.
Okay.
That should be. Here's the thing. When Riri Williams came out, I remember the internet not really enjoying the book and kind of hating on her a little bit because they felt like she wasn't done properly in taking over the Iron Man mantle, as it were.
Yeah.
So I think they ironed stuff out, pun not intended, with the character as it kind of went on. But I assume Marvel knows what they're doing and will do a great job with this.
Are they gonna do like? Are they gonna take it like in an extremist route?
Maybe.
Because like if you think about it, like they never really remedied the fact that like Pepper Potts has extremists in her, and I would imagine their daughter probably does. So like if they go if they go that way, that could be really fun. Because the extremist books of Iron Man were like pretty excellent. So that could okay.
Well,
that doesn't really blow my skirt up as much as I want it to, but
sure. It's an interesting choice.
But we weren't excited about the Iron Man movie, so you know who knows?
Who knows? But in other Iron Man news,
okay.
Don Cheadle returns as James Rhodes as War Machine.
Are they doing a War Machine show?
Yes, they are.
Okay.
And it's Armor Wars.
Oh, cool. Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know I needed that. I want that. Oh, man.
Yep. That's going to be really good. That's going to be really good.
Yeah, War Machine versus Boba Fett coming into 2023. Ooh, I would watch that.
So getting in on the holiday spirit, not next year, but the year after that, 2 years from right now.
Because we didn't earn Christmas this year, apparently.
No.
Boo.
We're getting a Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special. written and directed by James Gunn.
I didn't know. Okay. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Okay. Okay.
That should be fun.
Oh, that sounds like a hoot.
And I think Batista came out on Twitter saying that their production will start on the next Guardians movie late next year.
All right.
Because of COVID and everything production got pushed back. There's been some rewriting and stuff like that.
If they hadn't started the movie, they weren't going to start it during all of this.
Groot's getting a cartoon show for kids.
All right.
Here we go.
I can't believe Groot is like a kid's character now. I can't like remedy that. No? If you went back to like 2006 and were like, hey, Groot from Guardians of the Galaxy is going to be like a beloved Marvel children's character, I'd be like, you're high. Like, get out of here. Like, that ain't happening. Like, just the fact that Guardians works is hilarious to me. It still will never not be funny. It's part of, like, for me, it's part of, like, the meta gag of Guardians of the Galaxy that, like, they're just, like, kind of silly and they don't take it all serious. I'm like, yeah, because they're Guardians of the Galaxy. They're, like, the weirdest book ever. I love it.
Going with the cosmic universe, as it were, so Christian Bale is joining Thor, Love and Thunder as Gore the God Butcher.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
I like that.
It's gonna be really good.
Yeah. That's a very good casting.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. That will be really interesting. Because Gore is the reason why he drops the hammer.
Oh, no, for sure. But he's also, like, he's got that, like, serious edge to him that, like, is actually, like, the perfect foil for where Thor is going right now.
Uh-huh.
When it's just like, hey, the movies have gotten a kind of silly, and in a good way.
Oh, yeah.
It needed it. Mm-hmm. The first movie's good, but wow, it's really Kenneth Branagh, like, bringing that pretty serious, like, Shakespearean vibe to it. But, like, the fun ones are, like, dude, Ragnarok is, like, top 5.
Oh, yeah. It's a great movie. It's a lot of fun. I love it.
It's so fun.
Yeah.
But, like, bringing him in to be like, hey, I'm here to, like, I'm here to ruin the party. Mm-hmm. That's good.
Yeah. No more gods.
Yeah.
Blade is still happening. Did you know that, right?
I did know that.
Okay,
but my running joke about Blade, when you work in the service industry in New York City, everyone just assumes you're an actor or a creative type in some way, which is true.
They're mostly right, yeah.
And, you know, I always told people, like, oh, I'm an actor, blah, blah, blah. And more often than not, when you tell people at your table that you're an actor, they're like, "Oh, have I seen you in anything?" And it's a terrible question. If you go to a restaurant and your waiter is an actor, don't ask them, because they're waiting tables at the moment. It's maybe not going as great as you would like. My new response to it is people let's just run it.
Sure.
I'm like, "Oh, I'm an actor."
Oh, what have you seen in anything?
Oh yeah. Have you seen Blade, the movie Blade?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was Blade. And then I just walk away. And then I walk away. That's it. Blade. I love Blade. Okay.
So that's still coming. Peyton Reed is going to be doing the next Ant-Man film.
Okay.
And he's the same guy that directed the other ones. So he's back for the third one.
Sure.
Everyone's back.
Can we start a petition to get Edgar Wright back involved?
Somewhere?
Somewhere.
Okay. Maybe somewhere.
It's the biggest disappointment of the Marvel of all of the Marvel movies. It's the biggest disappointment for me. I want the Edgar Wright Ant-Man cut. I just want to read the script. That's it. I just want to read the script. You don't have to hire him. I know what it costs to make a movie. I understand, but can you just put the script out, because I would read it in a heartbeat. Maybe it's already out. I haven't even really looked that hard for it.
Possibly. That would be interesting.
God, I would read that.
So everyone's back. The name of the movie is Ant-Man and Wasp.
2?
Quantumania.
Oh.
Cassie Lang is going to be in it. The kid.
Okay.
Now, a teenager.
Yeah.
Now. And Jonathan Majors has been cast, who I can't picture off the top of my head. But the bad guy, it seems like, is going to be Kang the Conqueror.
Okay.
Which people have been wondering, hey, is Kang going to show up anywhere?
That's insane. That's
insane.
That is a weird pull.
That is insane.
Really?
Yep.
Really?
Yep.
In an Ant-Man movie?
Yeah, I know, right?
That's bananas.
It's bananas. It is.
That's truly bananas.
I guess he could probably take him on. The Ant family can take him on, I guess. But Kang isn't he usually a much bigger threat?
Yeah, but also okay, sure.
It should be fun.
Yeah, why not?
2 more pieces of news from Marvel. Black Panther 2 is going to be coming out on July 8th, 2022. They're not going to be recasting the role of T'Challa.
Really?
They're not recasting him. So as of right now, they said they're going to explore the world of Wakanda and the rich characters introduced in the first film, which is kind of just a vague term of we're not giving you away any plot stuff yet. So we don't know what they're going to do with Black Panther, but they're not recasting the role. So
I don't know how I feel about that.
I don't know.
I really don't know how I feel about that. I truly understand. It was really a sad day when he died. It's really a bummer. But Black Panther is so important to so many people that while we're respecting the memory of him, I feel like it's too important of a character to not figure something out. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, maybe Shuri will take the mantle. She did in the books. I'm not sure. I don't know.
I gotta be honest. I want to go see a Black Panther movie. I do not want to go see a Shuri movie. If she's gonna take the mantle, sure, but I don't know. I just think it's a tough position they're in right now.
They're very, very much in a tough position with that franchise. Although everyone wants it to succeed, I'm sure they are racking their brains on what to do.
Yeah.
Hopefully try and do the right thing. One last piece of news here, Jay.
Yeah.
John Watts, who is the guy who directed the first 2 Spidey films for Marvel.
Okay.
Will be directing a new feature film for Marvel, The Fantastic Four.
I just got goosebumps. That makes me really happy. That makes me really, really happy. Because I really have a lot of affection for the Fantastic Four. They're not my favorite team by any means, but I'm so glad they're doing it, and I hope they do it right. Because while they're not necessarily my favorite book, The Thing is one of my favorite Marvel characters, full stop. I have a couple of Thing, statuette and action figures in my house.
Really?
I just feel like I'm Ben Grimm.
Oh, you're totally Ben Grimm.
I just feel like if I'm a Marvel character, that's who I am.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Yeah, please nail it. We've suffered through a lot of bad movies. The first hour of the most recent Fantastic Four movie is very good. The first hour is good.
Until they get to the Forbidden Planet or whatever, yeah. The negative zone?
Honestly, all the stuff leading up to them getting their powers is like spot on what it needs to be. Like the relationships are all right. Like the casting's actually good.
Yeah, casting
like,
was good.
It all works. Like the scene where they're like trying to figure out how to make this thing work, and they're all just like drinking in a lab. I was like, this is it. I was like, this is the fantastic. And then it just all goes to shit. So fast it turns. I think I was texting you as I was watching it, being like, I think this is good. And then like a half hour later, being like, yeah,
Never mind.
never mind. Wow the turnaround. Like Ben helping him with the science project and like being so good. Man, they're the Fantastic Four, whether you like them or not, they are truly, and in my opinion, more so than the Avengers, they are Marvel royalty.
Yeah.
They are like, it's like, as far as like the really important properties for Marvel, you got Spider-Man, you got the X-Men, and you have Fantastic Four. The Avengers got good because Marvel realized that they had sold all the rights to the good properties they had to other studios to make movies, and the Avengers is all they had to work with. Don't get me wrong, I love Captain America.
Yeah.
He's one of my dudes. But you can't you can't tell me that like 20 years ago you thought the big superhero franchise was going to be the Avengers. No one saw that coming.
I would have said Justice League before that 20 years ago.
And Avengers only happened because Iron Man was so good. That's it. I mean...
Speaking of Jon Favreau doing good things with characters, let's move on to Star Wars.
Okay, I like that.
Thanks. First news from the Star Wars universe is a new show coming out. They don't say when, but sometime. Rangers of the New Republic.
Okay.
It's going to be in the Mando timeline.
Okay.
So it's a spin-off.
Well, isn't the Mando timeline the timeline?
Technically, yes. Well, the Mando time frame. How about that? Time frame. It's happening as Mando's happening.
I got scared for a second. I was like, are they doing two different timelines right now? Because I cannot right now.
So that is happening at some point. They're probably going to start filming next year.
Okay.
Another show that everyone kind of assumed was happening and is officially announced, Ahsoka is happening and is in the time frame of Mando. And I believe I also heard that Ahsoka and Rangers of the New Republic will collide and have like an event series, like the Defenders, at a point in the future.
With Mando?
I don't know if it's with Mando, but I would assume that's going to be the Thrawn storyline.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Which makes me assume that Ezra's going to show up there.
That's just low-key, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Is Filoni helming that?
He has to.
He has to.
He has to.
He has to.
This is his baby.
It's the whole...
It didn't say, but I can only...
all of this stuff is... It's his...
It's the Filoni-verse.
It's Filoni and Favreau. I mean, like, the two of them can just continue with Star Wars, please. Like, and I don't think... if Disney, came up to them and was like, hey, you guys are in charge of Star Wars for the next 10 years. And this is all you're going to be doing. There's no other productions. You're not making any other movies. You're not making any other thing. You just are running Star Wars now. Both of them would be like, oh, yeah, cool. Where do I sign? Like, you got a pen? Here we go. Boom. Let's party.
I think that we'd throw a parade.
When
parades were allowed, we would throw a parade. If that were to happen, we would throw parades.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Oh,
there's more. So, you are aware that Ewan McGregor is doing Obi-Wan Kenobi, right?
And I think that's going to be the show.
It is starting to film, I think, next month in Boston, is what I heard. But this is new news. A new cast member has been announced for the Obi-Wan series.
Okay.
And that new actor is Hayden Christensen is coming back as Darth Vader in the Obi-Wan show. Holy shit.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Uh-huh. Now, I don't know how, but I don't know what literal device they're going to use.
How is that going to work?
I don't know.
Is it just going to be flashbacks of the two of them?
Maybe.
Because, the thing is,
Or, he's arguing with an Anakin in his head.
Okay, that makes sense.
Possibly?
That makes sense. Because if you're going to give me a Darth Vader that doesn't have James Earl Jones' voice, I'm not showing up.
I don't know. I don't. No one knows right now.
Okay.
But Hayden Christensen is going to be back as Darth Vader.
All right.
That's. Please work.
Please
work. Please work.
Woo,
Please
woo, what a choice.
work.
What a swing.
Yeah, it's a big swing. Here's another thing. Star Wars Visions is going to be an original series of animated short films that celebrate the Star Wars universe.
I look forward to pretending like I watched those.
Well, it could be like fan films. That's what I was thinking. Like giving smaller filmmakers a chance to actually make some stuff in the Star Wars universe for real this time instead of.
Oh, that could be fun.
Yes, that's what I think it might be.
Okay, then maybe I'll watch that.
So yeah, hopefully that is what it is. Lando's getting his own show. It's a brand new event series. Not saying who Lando is or who the actor is.
You got to get Gambino. I mean, like, full stop. It's got. I mean, like. Like Donald Glover's got to do it, or I'm not watching it.
Yeah, it's right. It's in the early stages of development.
I don't know if I want that show. I don't know if I need that show.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I don't know if I need that show either.
Yeah.
I don't know. So I'm a little like, okay. I hope it's good. I hope it's good. I hope it's better than Solo.
Well, here's the thing. You know what I would watch? If it was just they should have never made Solo.
That's true.
They should have just made like the Solo concept. They should have made it a show. If it was just Han and Lando like running grifts and like running jobs, and that was the show, like that, like yes, that I'm watching. Because I was like, oh, maybe it'll be a heist show. I'm like, yeah, but the movie was a whole heist thing.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know. Okay, if that's what it is, I of course I'm gonna give Lando a shot.
Sure.
I mean, of course.
Okay, so you just mentioned a couple minutes ago how you don't know if you can handle multiple timelines at the same time. Well,
what are you about to do to me? What are you about
Leslie
to do?
Headland, do you know who that director
Nope.
is? She's the one that did Russian Dolls.
Okay. Yeah.
Which I enjoyed that show very much. She's been in talks to do a Star Wars show, and they announced the one she's doing. Everyone has been wondering. It's called The Acolyte, and it's a mystery thriller that will take place during the final days of the High Republic era. Do you know what that is?
No.
Okay. So, it's set 200 years before Episode 1.
Okay.
It's the Lucas Story Group or whatever has been working on this project, I guess for a little bit while now, of like a new story with books, comics, or maybe a movie or something like that.
So this is like a mid-prequel kind of thing.
Kind of. It's set 200 years before stuff happens. It's supposed to be like when the Jedi were at the height of their power.
This is like a prequel because
it's a
I mean, like
prequel.
the timeline, like this is before even Obi-Wan and all of that.
Yeah, it's before Episode 1. 200 years before Episode 1.
Before Episode 1.
Yes.
Oh.
So yeah, I think the first book of this thing came out. I have not heard much about it. People have been very like, eh?
All right.
So I don't know. Of all the things so far, this one's the most okay, I guess.
Sure.
I don't know. I don't know about this one. I'm not sure about this one. Let's see. Otherwise, other things. There's going to be another cartoon for kids.
Okay.
For droids. Yay. Oh, and this is a non-Star Wars, but LucasArts information. Willow's getting its own show.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and Warwick Davis will be back.
No. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. I hope that's good.
All right.
Yeah.
Willow.
Yeah, Willow could get explored. There's some cool stuff with Willow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Suck on that, Game of Thrones. Look at the Willow show.
They're doing a 5th and final Indiana Jones movie, and Harrison Ford is back.
Indiana Jones is the American James Bond. Recast the role. Give it to somebody else. Give us more Indiana Jones in the 50s, finding artifacts and killing Nazis. Just keep making more storylines. Recast the role.
Yeah.
I love Harrison Ford. He's done so much for us. But, like, you can kind of tell he hates being Indiana Jones now, and that's a bummer. Like, it's just not it. Please, James Bond this. Give us another Indiana Jones. It should have been Chris Pratt. We all know it should have been Chris Pratt.
Yeah, he would have been good.
He would have been amazing. Let's just, I don't know. I'm going to see it. Of course I'm going to see it. It's Indiana Jones. He's my dude. But.
2 more pieces of news.
All right.
Taika Waititi is in
Taika
development.
Waititi.
Yeah, is in development for his Star Wars movie. No information about that.
Okay.
Just he is in production.
Great. I'm
He is-
sure he'll nail
he
it.
is working on it.
Yo,
And then
guy knows how to direct.
it should be really good and a fun ride.
Yeah.
And there is one more thing for Jay. It's a clip. It's an announcement of a project that I renamed so Jay could not find out beforehand. Here we go.
I love to move fast and speed of any kind. I think that that's because I grew up the daughter of a great fighter pilot, and every day I would wake up and go outside and look up, see my father and his squadron taking off and their F-4s roaring across the sky, and it was the most thrilling thing still I've experienced in my entire life. So when he lost his life in service to this country, it ignited a desire in me to turn all of that tragedy and thrill into one day making the greatest fighter pilot movie of all time. But try as I might and look as I did, I couldn't find the right story ever. I kept looking and looking, but I just couldn't find the right one until now. Now I found a movie about two things I love. So I'm gonna see you very soon.
Oh, God. Oh, no. Yeah. They're making... That's so good. Oh, so they're basically gonna make X-Wing Top Gun, and yeah. Oh, woo! Okay, Rogue Squadron. Oh, hot damn. Okay, cool, man. Cool. Ugh. I just like looking at X-Wings. I just like looking at them. That's it, honestly. It's like, you know, the part of the Star Wars for me is just like the ships. It's just like when we watch the Mando, it's just like every time the Slave One's on screen, I'm just like, yes! Like, I just like looking at Slave One, I just like looking at X-Wings, when they like open their wings for fighter mode, I'm just like, yeah! Every time I'm like, get them! I was like, it's like, you know, it's like, I think like you can like best describe my fandom.
Yeah.
In like, it's just a shot of like X-Wings like jumping in out of hyperspace. Mm-hmm. Which, if you think about it, X-Wings have hyperdrives.
Yeah.
That's a tiny little ship.
It is a tiny
with
ship.
a hyperdrive. Mm-hmm. Going into hyperspace in a tiny little pod must be true. Like they have to they have to train their people to not just go insane. Mm-hmm. Like be like, hey, like hyperspace in a tiny little ship, you're gonna go mad. Like you're like, here are all of our tips to like not get space madness. Completely unrelated tangent, but like my fandom is just an X-wing jumping out of hyperspace, and then like their wings opening up, and then cut to like a guy like serving hot dogs on the street in New York City, and be like, "Go get him, Spidey!" Like that's it. That's it. Like you know what I mean? It's just like it's that same feeling. It's just like, yeah, go get him! Woo! Jump, jump! Okay. I didn't know I needed a Rogue Squadron movie, but
Please, 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 God, please be good. Please be really good. Rogue Squadron, the books. There was Rogue Squadron, like 7 books, and then Wraith Squadron had 5 books after that.
Yeah.
Like, what we need? When does it take place, and who makes up the squadron? Because it better be Wedge. Wedge better be in there.
That's all I want.
Could Corran Horn show up? Because he was one of the first pilots in the X-Wing series, the Rogue Squadron series, that Wedge brought him in.
Yeah.
Like, does this take place like during the original trilogy or after the original
Maybe
trilogy?
me and Nub? Come on now.
I mean,
Probably really old. Or no, that doesn't fit the time. Does it? No, it does. Yes. No? I don't know. I'm tired.
Tycho could be in it. Like, this could be really, really good. And I hope that it is. Hera could show up, because she was in squadrons. She's flying stuff. She's a general, an air general. Like, this could be really, really good. Please be good. Please, please be good. Because I really want it too.
Yeah.
But That was worth it seeing you almost cry. Okay,
Ooh,
so
yeah.
that was all just the basic news. We talked for almost 40 minutes just about the news. We haven't even gotten to the trailers yet. That comes next for us. So
Send help! I'm trapped at Adam's house. We just did Mando and doing this, and now we have 7 trailers to do. Hey
don't have that
Disney, I'm so glad you've done all this, but also you're ruining my life.
all right, so guys, if you please let us know what you think about all this information. If we missed
Yeah.
something, if there's more information on what we've already talked about, let us know in the comments below. Also, while you're down there, please like, subscribe, and hit that bell.
Do that YouTube that you do so well. Guacamole's extra, you investor meeting weirdos, you. But yeah, everyone was like in the meeting, like, good investments, yes, good. Like I feel like a lot of this content was just wasted on these nerds.
It should, yeah.
Like-
I mean, the investor meeting could have been like, hey, we're going to announce all this stuff. Don't give us your money yet. Wait 24 hours. And then see how everyone loses their goddamn minds on the internet, and then give us our money.
That is actually good. Yeah, it's like, hey, just keep an eye on Twitter.
Just hang back for 24, 48 hours and just watch
Yeah.
the internet for a second.
Maybe you can check out our favorite channel, Preview. They're probably gonna do like some content on it. You know,
we're about
you
to
all know Preview.
burn this mother down. Yeah, I'm sure they do, right? Because
Yeah, they all
we're
do.
gonna have investors
They're
lined
aware
up
of
at some
us, they're
point.
aware.
Yeah.
I gotta know. I own 1 share. I didn't get invited to the meeting.
All right, we'll see you guys very soon for the trailers.
Bye.